Hey y'all, yeah, how y'all doing? Hope everybody doing all right. Y'all like, share the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I would appreciate that, and thank you for your support. And your reaction is very important to me. And y'all been out doing an awesome job, man. That's good. Let's have some fun with that part. Now, we're gonna get into another video about this visitation visiting husband and inmate doing conjugal visit, and we're gonna talk about that because I want y'all to know what's going on. But before we do that, close that screen door. Stop letting all them flies up in here. Yeah, y'all. Shout out to all the Aries. Okay. Now, y'all, I want to get into this content because one minute they called a woman, they trying to use the name that she used. It came down there as if she was married to him, and then they trying to make it look like she wasn't married to him. So they went back to her major, her maiden name. So that's where confusion is. But still, she visited him. So a couple of things that we're gonna cover in this segment is where is Mule Creek State Prison located, and then we're going to find out what is the conjugal procedures, and also we're going to be talking a little bit more about what's going on, what happened. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. See, before we came on, I was trying to find out the location where she lived, and 1 minute I'm thinking that she lived in North Carolina, but I don't want to get the wrong information. But let me tell you a little bit about this story before we get started. DJ, can you keep the button? Thank you, babe. A California wife was strangled to death during a conjugal visit. Now, I want to bring the definition for conjugal for y'all. I know some of y'all know what it is, okay, but some people don't. So you know me, I'm going to do my little old research. So conjugal visit is a scheduled period in which an inmate of a prison or jail is permitted to spend several hours or days, y'all, in private with a visitor. The visitor is usually their legal partner. So so the reason why I show that is because y'all got to realize during this time, this is a private, they are permitted to do this, and this is privacy to be with your wife or your husband or your partner. It's legal, okay, visitation. And y'all spend several hours together. Now, people, now I guess you ask yourself a question, why did he strangle her? But this is a good time to strangle a person during this type of visitation. Okay, she didn't know she was going to get strangled or nothing like that. I don't know what happened to Stephanie Darwell, but her name was, the visitation was Brinson. So a California wife was strangled to death during a conjugal visit with her quadruple murderer husband. leaving her family heartbroken and desperate for answers. Okay. Stephanie Dowells, 62, was visiting her husband, David Brinson, 54, a Mule Creek State Prison when she died just before 3 a.m. on the 13th of November of 2020, this year, 2024, last year, okay? Mm-hmm. Brinson was convicted of 4 murders, y'all, back in 1993. And the first question you ask yourself, but why did Miss McDowell pretend to be his husband, be his wife? I apologize. Because they said they went back when this incident happened. She went back to the name. They went to the last name, Dowells, if she wasn't married to him. But did they pretended? I'm gonna ask the question: did they pretend to be married? Because they said Prince and his wife. That's something to think about. Why did they fake that? Did they fake the situation? That's the only way you can see that partner if y'all got legal work, legal paper. So that's a lot of questions. Was the papers legalized, or did they really get married? Cause now they don't went back to Stephanie Dowell. So anyway, she was 62 and David Brinson was 54. He is the inmate that is located at the Mule Creek State Prison when she died just before 3 a.m. November 13th of last year. Okay, the kids, and I'm going to show you where this prison. This is the prison. We're going to go over it in a minute. Okay, but I'm going to put the prison up there so y'all can see the state prison. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure y'all see it. Okay. All right. So this is where she was strangled out here in this area. Okay. So Brinson, David Brinson, who was convicted of 4 murders in 1993 and is in prison for life, y'all. For life. He in prison for life. And the first thing you ask yourself, why does she want to waste time with him? And use the visitor complex phone to alert the guards his wife passed out. Here we go with another word, passed out. And she alive. Yes, sir. So the visitor complex phone he grabbed to alert the guards his wife passed out. The California Department of Correction and Rehabilitation told the news that official rushed to that private area and found Dowells unresponsive. And he knew she was unresponsive, but he wanted to say pass out. She was pronounced dead about an hour later. Now, the Amador County coroner ruled her death a homicide, y'all, and determined Dowells did not just pass out, she had been strangled. Now, who else strangled her inside of that room? It wasn't but one person, and that was David Brinson. Okay. Now, the CDCR is investigating the death, but Brinson has not been charged, y'all, with anything related to the incident. He hasn't been charged. Why? Dowell's family, however, is certain Brinson is to blame and has called out the prison for putting the beloved hairstylist and small business owner in danger. Not just her, all of them out there. They all the married couples. Now, how could they just let this happen? I just don't get it. Dowell's son said that. A good question. Why would a beautiful woman like Miss Dowells and a grandmother, beloved grandmother, oh my God, She have 8 grandkids. Now, the son went ahead on to say that the mom was just left alone, and she called for help. He was thinking about his mama just laying right there, just asking for help. I'm sure, and there's nothing she could do, given the history that this guy has. Now, this guy has a history that the son is talking about, that the mama didn't really listen to the son when she was talking about him, because she gonna do what she want to do. So, like the son said, given the history that this guy has, why he in prison, they don't understand why he have a loose conjugal visitation. Why is his visitation conjugal? Okay. Now, they want answers. Now, the CDCR explained family visit take place in private. How in the world can a convicted murderer person have any kind of great visitation like that with his background? That's what I don't understand, y'all. Now, the CDCR explained family visits that take place, and we're going to go over that in the private apartment-like facility. And we're going to look in the map and try to see what it look like on prison ground, according to the department webs. Okay. The sessions, y'all, it generally 30 to 40 hours long. Wow. Manual state and inmates having one of these visits must present themselves at least 4 times within 24 hours, which that what Miss Dow did. That what Miss Dow did. Dowells did. The only inmates who are barred from having conjugal visits are those convicted of sex offenders are on death row. But that man, he ain't on death row, but good Jesus. Now, the prisoners who have just arrived at the facility and are going through the reception center progress, as well as those under disciplinary restrictions, are also prohibited from family visit. I don't understand why is it approved for a convicted murderer. That man murdered 3 people. How he had privileges like that? So what we're gonna do is she's assassinated, a beautiful woman, y'all. She a beautiful woman. I just don't understand. And you have to have good behavior in order to demonstrate this kind of freedom, at the prison. These visits are designed to support positive family connection and successful habilitation. Okay. Now let's look at this. Look at the prison. So we're gonna look. We're gonna play with this map till we get what we want. So I'm gonna put a little music on here because I gotta have music. I'm used to working with music, y'all. Okay. So let's take a look at. I want to find the location where it's located. Y'all don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, okay? Appreciate you. Okay, let's go back here. The department. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, so let's take a look at the layout. What's going on at this prison? Sorry about that. You ask yourself, did she fly? How did she get there? Did she fly or what? Did she ride the bus? Now, this facility right here, this state facility is big, huge. Sheesh. I want to look for the area that they have the visitation in. Okay, let me see some, y'all. Okay, what I can do is, let me do this then, y'all. I don't have time for this. Okay. I was trying to find the location. Where do they have, where is the visitation held at? So let's look right now. Okay, they bringing me that here. So we're gonna look at the map, and then we're going to find out the real, true visitation rights. Y'all, we don't have time for this. So I was trying to show y'all where we're located, but we'll get back now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go over some of these rules. Now, MULE County, make sure y'all can see. Okay, Mule Creek State Prison conjugal visit a privileges rather than a right, are highly regulated and require both the inmate and visitor to meet specific eligibility criteria, including good behavior and sustained good behavior. Now, we're gonna get down to it. And y'all, I was having a conversation with someone, and I was like, I said, I wonder if any S activity went on there. You know what I mean? You know it did. But did he do her like, did he then do it on purpose? You like having fun, have with your mate. And by him being heavy-handed and strong, do you think he didn't intentionally to strangle her? They were just having the fun, and he got carried away because he probably ain't had none in a while or something like that. I'm just saying. Now, let's go ahead on. Here are the guidelines and the eligibility for those inmates. Good behavior. Inmates must demonstrate the sustained good behavior and meet strict program requirements. So you'll ask yourself, why would he do that? And she done been there before. So that's why I said, did he get carried away for lifting weights? You know how they be lifting weights, and he got carried away. It was all good, when they was together there, lovey-dovey. Because that's what they do at that visitation with their privacy. Security clearances. Inmates must have adequate security clearances. And they said security clearances. What the first thing come to your mind when they said security clearances? Because they said they must have it. What do y'all think that means? What do you think that means when they mention it? The first thing when I heard clearances mean can't no security be around there. Security clearances. Let me really see what it means, because I never heard of that. Okay. Now, when you say security clearances, is a government determination that someone can access clarified information. It granted to people who meet eligibility requirements. And that's what he did. He met his eligibility requirements. Next, you have the exclusion. Incarcerated person on a death row with conviction for S offenses in the reception center process, are under disciplinary restriction, general excluded. Now that's your eligibility right there. Let me turn up. DJ, can you turn the music out for me? Okay. 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 There we go. Let's go back to the guidelines, y'all, and see did they do. Now, those are the inmate eligibility. That's the only way they can be eligible to have this conjugal visit is good behavior, security clearances, and exclusion. Exclusion is incarcerated persons on death row with conviction for S offenses in reception centers process under disciplinary restriction are generally excluded. Wow. Okay. Visitor eligibility. Background check. You got to have the application. You got to have the relationship and the consent to search. So with the background check, the visitor undergo a thorough background investigation. So she said her last name was Brinson, but now they don't change it back to Dowell. Okay. Did they do a good background check? No. Application. Both the inmate and the visitor must submit an application. What was on the application and why Brinson was on Stephanie's name instead of Dowell. Okay. Relationship. The relationship between the inmate and the visitor must be established as a legal spouse of the domestic partner. Okay. And consent to search is a visitor must consent to a search visit search. Now, other important points. You are only allowed 2 visits per month. So that means she went to visit him twice a month, or sometimes maybe she can go once a month. These can be conjugal open. Okay, now the location, that's what I was trying to find on the map. On the map for y'all, but I see, can I find a picture of it? Okay. The other information points, important points about this is the location. Um, Conjugal visit usually take place in a designated rooms or structures provided for that purpose. Okay, so supplies such as soap, condoms, lubricant, bed linens, and towels may be provided. This is what they're trying to do for the inmates, y'all. Inmates have more privilege than a walking person on the street. Ain't that something? Attire restriction. These are attire restrictions for visitors, such as no strapless, halter, bare midriff, sheer, or transparent clothing. Contact. Physical contact between inmate and visitor is allowed, but there are restrictions. How they gonna be restriction? Y'all got them in there with the door shut. Family visit. Family visits are separate program with its own guideline and requirement. Restriction. Visits may be restricted or denied based on the inmate behavior or security statutes. Notification: the incarcerated person is notified of the approval or disapproval of the visit, and it is their responsibility to notify the visitor. Visiting hotline. There is a toll free visiting hotline, 1-800-374-8774, that provides general visiting information and can be used to verify visiting status. Okay. Check visiting status. Always check a facility visiting status for before visit for scheduling a visit. So they giving y'all a responsibility to check before you come and schedule the visit. Schedule a visit. Approved visitor must use the visitation scheduling application VSA to schedule in person and video visits. Prepare to visit. Get familiar with visiting guidelines, including how to join a video visit, or time restriction, ID uh, requirement, and more. Now, you have heard everything about how state prison allow conjugal or extended family visit. Okay. Now I want to show y'all the prison since I couldn't get it the way I want to. Let me see, do they have any pictures? Okay, images, something. And then we're gonna get into our video. We have to be now it show. I apologize for that, y'all. It's not my fault, but uh, I want to show y'all the picture of the jail. Okay, of the conjugal. Okay, it's not my fault, y'all. It's not my fault. Okay, let's look at this picture right here. It's two pictures I want to show y'all. I'm see, can I? Yeah. Okay. Let's look at. Let's see that low, y'all. I want to show y'all the picture of the facility. Okay, here go a picture of it. Okay, I couldn't make it no bigger, y'all. But here is a picture of the facility right here. Okay. That's the picture of it. And that don't look like no apartment though, but that's the facility. They really don't want to show it. And here's the beautiful woman that I don't know what make her. I don't have no idea why this beautiful woman. What is this beautiful woman so connected with this man that she claimed that she's married to? Alleged that she married to. Why? You know, it still ain't something right with this, y'all. This still not supposed to happen to her. This not supposed to even happen. She should have been able to visit without something like this going on. I mean, listen to y'all heard the supplies that they had visitation. Let's look at this video, y'all. And after the video, I want to tell y'all thank you, like, share, subscribe. You know, over here how we do it, and I want your opinion about this. Because she supposed to have more sense in this. I don't know what. I don't know was it intentionally. Was this he didn't realize his strength? Did he realize his strength in this situation? You know, since he in the prison system, you know, they lift weight, they do all this and that. Did he like, oh, babe, you know, not unintentionally, you know what I mean? You know, and lost it. I don't know. Because I don't have a timeline. You know, time is important. All right, y'all. I'm gonna take y'all out with this video right here. And this is Mr. David. Mm, mm, mm.
In the 1990 execution-style murders of four men in the Mid-Wilshire district. Authorities say last November, while a 62-year-old wife, Stephanie, had passed out during a conjugal visit, she was declared dead at the scene. A coroner confirmed that she was strangled to death. The Amador County District Attorney is awaiting the prison's full report before filing charges against Brinson. Brinson has since been
Put your feet on the ground and let's do this thing. They better put some charges on there, y'all. I'll be there with an update, okay? I'm out of here.